Hello, and this is going to be a video that's going over the translating equations notes that we didn't get to in class today. So it helps if you have a highlighter so we can walk through kind of and highlight what the context of each question is. So we're actually going to be taking these word problems and we're not going to solve them. We're just going to go ahead and set them up. You can solve them in order to get an answer, but for now, we're just going to go ahead and define the variable and then set up the equation that would represent this. A lot of times, we're just going to be writing equations based off word problems and not necessarily solving them. So it's important to be able to take all this information and be able to translate it into an equation. Okay. So for this one, it says Avery has 2 bushels of apples and River has 3 bushels of apples. They are bringing, so what that's supposed to say, not brining. Okay, bringing their bushels to the sorting pile that already has 50 apples. Each bushel of apples contains the same number of apples. How many apples are in each bushel if the total amount of the apples after both Avery and River dump their bushels into the pile is 160? Okay, so important information when we're doing this, right? We have 2 bushels that Avery has, and River has 3 bushels of apples. The pile already has 50, so there's already 50 apples, and each bushel has the same number. The total number of apples after everything's been dumped is 160. So they're asking how many apples are in each bushel. So here's where your variable is. We don't know. We can say A for apples in each bushel. The number of apples in each bushel, maybe be better clear. So your total is always going to go on the side by itself. So the total number in the pile is 160. And then we have Avery, who has 2 bushels of apples, and River, who has 3. So we're going to represent that with 2 times the variable and then 3 times the variable. And then the other number, which is just that there's already 50 apples that are already on the table. So once I add, for total, all of those things up, I'm going to get 160 total apples. So the 50 was on the pile. So that's how you would set it up. And then when you solve it, it'd just be 5a plus 50 equals 160, and then you just subtract. So, okay. Let's look at this one. So at Old Navy, there are 58 shirts on display. And there are 4 more black shirts than red shirts. There are 5 fewer white shirts than there are red shirts. And there are, the blue t-shirts are 6 less than twice the number of red shirts. How many shirts are there? So this question, there's a lot going on. But the word you kept seeing in each one of them was comparing to, and it's the question in the end, is how many red shirts. So we'll say R is the number of red shirts. And then, so they're giving you a lot. So you have red shirts, we have black shirts, we have white shirts, and then we have blue. And when I add all of them up, I get 58 total. So there's kind of like your information. So we have 58 total t-shirts. And then here's kind of your piece by piece. There are 4 more black shirts than red shirts. There are 5 fewer white shirts than there are red shirts. There are 6 less than twice the number of red shirts. So the first one is just R. The red would just be R. The black shirts, there are 4 more black shirts than there are red shirts. So black shirts is red plus 4, since there's 4 more of them. There are 5 fewer white shirts than there are red shirts. So the white shirts is going to be however many red minus 5. The blue shirts, they are 6 less than twice the number of red. So blue would be twice the number of red minus 6. And then when you add them all up, you get, I'll just like color code this. So here's the red, right? And then we have the black, And then we have white, which I'll just leave it the same, and then blue. So when you add all of the different shirts together, you should get 58. So that's how you set that one up. Okay, the last one. You're buying a new gaming system for the holidays. The price of the gaming system is $50 plus $50 for the warranty. So you paid half of the total as a deposit, which was $210. So the deposit was $210 and you paid half of it. How much is the full price of the gaming system? So the unknown for this would be the gaming system price. We'll just do G for gaming system price. You know that your total deposit was $210, and the $210 came from whatever the total of the gaming system was, plus the $50 warranty. But you didn't pay for the whole thing, you only paid for half of it. So to represent that, you'd have to take half of whatever the total of the gaming system plus the warranty was. So half of this inside here, this represents the total amount for everything. And then the 210, a lot of you probably when you're solving this, you would just go ahead and multiply by 4, or you just go to multiply 210 by 2 and get 420. But if you're setting it up, this is the true representation of this type of problem here. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you get your notes filled in. Like I said, you don't have to solve these. You can just set them up, and I'll check them in class. Have a great day.